Hey guys, MeLikeBigBoom here, and welcome to Unturned 3.14.9. This week's update is awesome. On top of adding things like storage racks and trophy cases, we have also gotten rain. Lots of awesome stuff in this update, and I can't wait to show you guys. Let's get right into it. Now to start, we have rifle storage racks, and these cover the IDs of 1202 to 1204. These can be crafted using all the different kinds of wood that we have available. We have maple over here, pine, and birch. Now these are a very awesome way of displaying your most prized weaponry. You can click F on them. They work like storage crates, like regular crates or chests or lockers or whatever. It will open them up like a little storage crate right here, and you can put a gun inside of them, and check that out. It displays it. It basically sets it on top of that rack, and it looks awesome. You can display whatever weapon you have, and it will display the attachments that you have attached to it. As you can see here, it's got my drum mag, it's got the vertical grip, it's got the new night vision scope, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. All sorts of those goodies, and it's super cool. And also a pretty big part of it, it displays the skins as well of the person whoever put it on there. And that also brings me to some new skins. There were new curated workshop items that were added to the game, or the unturned stockpile I should say. We have the Opal Shatter Heartbreaker, very awesome. The Leather Eagle Fire. You know, when I heard the name for the first time, I thought it would look terrible, but this actually looks super cool. And then we have the Insanity Peacemaker. Check this out. This has got to be my favorite out of the new update. Just has a whole lot of fancy colors. Also, it seems like the Peacemaker does not properly display on these new little rifle storage things, but without it being on the rack, here's what it looks like. It's got a little insane green face on the side with X eyes, and very cool. I really like this skin. There was also a new Gladiator outfit, which I'll show on the screen right now, but unfortunately I think there's something going on with the checkout process of that. It's just not letting me buy it, so I can't really show you guys what that looks like on my character, but here's what it looks like when it's in your inventory. Back on the front side of the wall, in the same kind of fashion as these rifle storages, we now have trophy cases, and these, on top of being able to put a rifle in there and display them like such, you can put down a magazine, you can put down a BLT sandwich, you can put down a landmine, whatever. Or, well, it wouldn't make the trophy case explode if you put a landmine in there, but anyway, it will just display whatever you put in there. Also, I mean, you can put whatever item you want in the rifle storage crate like this, but it looks kind of dumb, to be honest, and I think the trophy case better fits whatever you put in there. It looks better when you put an item in there. I mean, you're obviously not going to put like a magazine in there, but maybe if you wanted to put some sort of fancy sandwich or a cake, or oh, this suddenly just came to mind, a katana, like so, and you can display your items like that. So you can pizzazify your base, you can display it to your enemies to show you that you are a force to be reckoned with. Whatever you want to display, you can do it. And they cover the IDs of 1205 to 1207, and of course they can still be crafted using all the different kinds of wood, maple, birch, pine, etc. Over to the right, we have the new rain barrel. Now these are basically just placeable wells. I mean, they're awesome. You can put them down inside of your base, and you can fill up with canteens and such, fill up with water and stuff like that. And you can fill up to one time before eventually they run out of water inside them. And now, judging by the name, you guys know how to refill it. You gotta wait for a storm so that the rain falls and fills the barrel back up again. And that brings me to the new storm command. You can just type in simple @storm on single player or as an admin in the server of your choice, and it will slowly begin to darken the clouds, as you can see, very, very slowly over the course of 20 seconds to go from full daytime to a stormy rainstorm. It will slowly begin to darken the clouds. This gives you an idea that a storm is coming, so you better begin to prepare, maybe get out of the town, whatever you want to do. And then of course it will begin to rain very slowly. The fog will roll in, the sun will go away, and then the rain comes. And then now this rain barrel, after a little bit of time, will turn green, indicating that it's now filled with rain, and we can now refill it with our canteens. Now that we do have a lot more methods to refill your canteens, wells, and now these basically placeable wells, filling your canteens using the salt water in the Puget Sound or over on PI just out in the ocean will damage your canteen by 25%. Imagine it like you're rusting your canteen or something, so do not fill it up with salt water. It is preferred to fill up your canteens from wells or these rain barrels. Using the @storm command while the storm is currently active will disable it, and it will make the rain go away and make it nice and sunny again. Back onto the topic of guns and explosions and fire and greatness, we have new additions to our firearms. We have this military night vision scope. Awesome, I think you guys obviously know what this can accomplish. And military fragmentation magazines, also very cool, and I'll get into that after I go over the military night vision scope. Now this is modeled what seems to be a little bit after the shadowstalker scope with its giant cube rectangular prism thing, and it's got some cool gadgets on the top and then a little triangle thing on the side that's maybe a switch of some sorts, and this obviously allows you to see at nighttime without having to wear the bright night vision goggles on your face. This new scope is now the rarest scope in the game, and it can be found at military locations. Here is what the sights look like, and I will put the magnification that it has on the screen right now. Also, moving on to the topic of explosive ammunition, we now have military fragmentation magazines. Very, very awesome. I mean, come on, MeLikeBigBoom, you really gotta like these things. And these are now the rarest magazines or ammo types that are available in the game. These cannot be refilled by military ammunition or anything of that. When you find a magazine, the 20 shots that are in it are the only 20 shots that you're gonna be able to use. If you come across an empty military fragmentation magazine, it is completely useless. And even coming across one in the first place is going to be very rare. They only have 20 bullets in them, and as expected, when you shoot them, they create little explosions. Very, very cool. Now these explosions can be used to very slightly damage barricades like that, cut down trees, and also cause a little bit of splash damage. And when I say a little bit, I really mean a little bit. It's really not that great in regards to PvP, but on single player or when you're sneaking around in a city, something to consider is how amazing it is at attracting zombies or getting the zombies away from you. You can shoot over there, and as you can see, it's attracting all the zombies over there, and you can basically just fish them away from you so that you can go, hey, go over there, go, get out of here. You guys kind of get the idea. You can sneak around and attract the zombies' attention away from you so that you can sneak around and go to the police station or wherever you need to go. Very useful in that regard. Also, to make the ultra rare shadowstalker slightly more useful in comparison to something like Grizzly, they now have explosive rounds as well. So check that out. I guess you didn't really get to see that, but like that. And these explosive rounds are a lot more powerful than the military fragmentation rounds. They do that. Yeah, it's crazy. Also, in terms of changes outside of the game itself, you can now control-click cosmetics to instantly equip them and de-equip them as such. And you can also click on the cosmetics actually on your character to de-equip them as well. Very useful, especially when your inventory starts to get really big. Also, in the character menu, you can now check this box to make your character anonymous, and this will make it to where you are not displayed as a blue admin on the server if you are an admin on there. And it will also hide your Steam name and give you a generic public name. Also, and this is a pretty cool change, both servers and single player players can adjust a lot of stuff with their game. You can adjust your single player save, you can adjust anything, respawn times in regards to items, the spawn chance of zombies, 25%, you can set that to 100% so that zombies always spawn on a zombie spawn point. Stuff like that, you can always tweak that, and servers can too. So anyway, just adding a whole lot of customization with your game to make it play the way you want it to. If you've messed around with a ton of numbers and you don't remember what it was before, you can simply click Restore Defaults and it will bring it back to normal. And changing the difficulty from normal to hard or whatever, here will change the values in here as well. But anyway, that pretty much wraps up everything in Unturned 3.14.9. There were a few minor little tweaks and improvements and fixes that I did not cover in this video, but if you guys would like to check those out, as always, I will put the full update post in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and do all that gibberish because MeLikeBigBoom is out.